Hi everyone, I'm Airier, and today we're going to be looking at another of the Vox-Logs series. Specifically, this is part of the overall If the Emperor Had Text-to-Speech universe, and it's going to be focusing on the individual Vox-Log of the creepy Strip Stodes, who is actually voiced by Bahsa himself, the creator of the text-to-speech series. Yeah, it's not like I literally went the entire last year without realizing it because I'm apparently a massive idiot. Yeah. This is going to be, and I want to make sure I get this right because it's a weird title, A Distressing Journey into the Emperor's Canals. Okay, 1, ew. 2, I honestly don't know if this is an innuendo or not. I really don't know. And after the last video where he was ranking the Primarchs he wanted to have a relationship with, still surprised Bobby G won that and beat out Sanguinius. Yeah. I'm a little worried that when he says the Emperor's Canals, I don't know what he means. I mean, even the description says he's only plumbing the Emperor's sewer. It's like, you know what? That should not, under any circumstance, sound like innuendo. But it does. Yeah. I'm just going to not think about it much. Moving on, I'm just really curious to see where this goes because the last one kind of surprised me, but it took me longer than I want to admit to realize what that was, and I'm wondering what kind of surprise we have in store today. I mean, the last time around, it was actually revealing that Bobby G will officially be coming into the TTS universe. Maybe within the next few episodes. Granted, that could be anywhere within the next year, so still it'd be worth it because these are awesome. Also, just a quick thing, I love these Vox-Logs. They're just quick, short, not much on the actual animation, but they're really quick stories to engage with the characters. And I just enjoy this because it's the same thing I like about the podcasts. They're just great ways to interact with the characters, and I'm just a fan of that because I like the characters that this entire thing created. I like everything about TTS. It's what got me into 40K, and I'm a huge fan of it. So if you are as well, link below original video. Hit it up, and let's get started.
Greetings, shield companies.
Okay,
I was
kind
about
of
to
guess
perform one of the
this is a custody shield, but who are these?
tasks when I recalled the
Way too short
many
for a custodian.
requests I have received from you, insisting on please uncovering some work experience to the greater custodian masses. Reveal what it is like to be a caretaker.
So he's literally just bragging about his job to other custodians.
So I thought I would
Yeah,
take
makes
you
sense.
on a quick routine pilgrimage
What?
through the extolled canals of our Emperor's undesired,
What?
an especially enviable part of my most privileged of
This is the most enviable?
with me, I have Sister Tasha.
Oh,
Sister
these are...
Maluku,
Why does he have Sisters
and
of
Sister
Silence?
Sana Detestatus, Oblivion Knights of the Sisters of Silence.
Oh, that's the 3 shadows behind him. Ass clapping
Jab
noises?
at your oath. You jab at ass. Fair.
Are they...
The reason, dearest listener, for why I am...
I'm sorry, did that just happen? I know he's basically a guy in a loincloth with a helmet and nothing more. And to deal with the Sisters of Silence because they don't speak, there's just ass clapping noises because... Are they... Now, I'm pretty sure the Sisters of Silence never took the vow of nudity that the Strip Stodes did. Technically, I know it's Fab Stodes, but I prefer Strip Stodes. It's a personal choice. But they're just clicking, like snapping their fingers at him and smacking his butt. I don't even remember their names because it's been seconds. And already I love all 3 of them. This is amazing, and I want to see fan art of this already. I already know a guy who I can commission about this. Oh god, this is awesome.
Bringing these Oblivion Knights with my finely lubricated puzzlage may or may not become apparent depending on how fortunate we are in the depths. But
Why does he need
suffice to
Sisters of
say,
Silence?
the
That's actually more
Silent
concerning.
Sisterhood are integral to this operation.
That's disturbing.
Each is an old, wrinkled, blemished wizened, genuinely unsettling to look upon, yet also markedly experienced hand at this game by now. Sir, thank you for your
yeah, because he's
service,
only
you terrifying clones.
he's scared of them.
Oh, yes,
Thought
fine, very
marks.
good. Sister Touch says, shut your very small face. Let us crawl down the sewer now, please. Okay, listen here.
The sass. You just hear little clicking noises in the background.
Stay my hand, or you will remain in the sewer, lady. Operators,
Sassy
unlatch
snapping.
the manhole. So, there is only one.
They probably have another name, but he changed it to that. I'm just going with that now.
Our master.
Still kind of concerned why his excrements need psychically dead
It
nulls.
is kept close
As the
at
Sisters
all
of Silence.
times, bolted shut by ancient seals of titan size, liquid automite locking mechanisms, and hexagramic wards, keeping the hole unsullied by those fools.
God, do they
who
keep
would
the
wish to
Teletubbies down there?
penetrate its depths, forever secured from within and without. Except
I mean, he's building up, and I'm honestly thinking he's going more horror on this. Ooh, love the sound effect. Priest gagging noises. Ooh.
Indeed. The glorious
real,
miasma
like,
is enough to have
old
tech
school
priests
audio
rediscover
drama on the
utterly
radio
biological
office.
Gag
Cool
reflex.
effect.
Let us plunge.
Wait, how does he
Ready
smoke like
the
he has a
gutter
helmet?
hawk!
David! Really? I mean, I guess the palace is huge.
So, yes, the canals are quite far into the ground, so we take this, our flyer baptized
Gutter
the Gutter Hawk. One born to carry us to and fro the depths below.
How big are these sewers? Fat custodian enters flying box.
This machine needs no pilot. A pilot would perish in the depths.
What?
Unfortunately, the machine's spirit knows.
Why would
its
a pilot
limits
perish?
and always perfectly succeeds in taking its.
Somebody crossed the way. How fast are they going? Sewer. Flying box races towards the sewer floor. And lands safely. Damn. That's the equivalent of an auto-driving Uber.
Yes, indeed. The Gutter Hawk is also whatever the machine spirit equivalent of an adrenaline junkie is. My loincloth has turned to ash once more.
What the hell?
You aren't a meteorite. You're a flying fucking box. Start acting like it, please.
To be fair, anything's a meteorite if it's falling fast enough. And it's being sassy too.
None of us carried
The box is sassy.
Curse that is armor. So if we had, we would have turned to soup.
What?
This is but another impetus for my cause. Reconsider your cleanliness today.
Why would they return the soup? Oh, because of the heat, probably?
Now,
What?
the extolled canals of the Emperor's undesired. Welcome, welcome. We are currently
Undesired.
in the Canal Primus.
I mean,
Today we are heading into Canal Secundus for its.
Are the different canals that make up the sewer named after the different...
Primus, Terratus, Quartus, Quintus,
No, they're
Sextus,
just
and most of
general
the sewer
pseudo-Latin.
rooms in the last few
Wait, did I say sewer wombs? What the?
Now, Secundus regularly damns my existence with its existence. It's been
and why are they called
time and
undersired?
Time again, and there's just
I have a feeling we're going to go something creepy on this somehow. Far away, something screams.
right.
What is the Emperor putting out that
What do
causes...
you believe that was? The undesired dipping into each other? Please, please.
Wait, what?
Please, I dearly hope that.
The Undersired are a thing now? Oh god, that's actual people. Ish.
So the
things.
canals are, of course, not to be confused with
the hell?
multitudes of other sewers within
What's
and
scary
without the
custodian?
Imperial Palace. This one is the Emperor's personal conduct.
How much shit does he
Now,
put out?
if
He
you happen
doesn't
to be
eat.
utterly ignorant, you might question this.
Oh, never mind. He
The
eats
Emperor's
psychers, 1,000 a
his
day.
Body. Why would he need a sewer? And wondering this would betray such utter ignorance as to the true nature of our Emperor's form in this, the year of our Lord 999 Millennium 41, that it cannot be answered with anything but utter condescension and outright dismissal.
I'm fine with condescension. Dismissal? That's annoying. Thought mark noises? What is a thought mark noise? Oh, question mark.
It's Millennium 42.
It's Millennium 42 now. He lost track of time.
We've not even had our new Millennium's extravaganza. Well, it's certainly not my fault. The calendar is utterly useless.
Yeah.
Honestly, they should invent a new calendar.
Like a star date, even.
Pinups, a core
Oh, I just
feature,
pissed someone off
rather
with that one.
than quote-unquote a vain accessory.
Vain accessory.
Only things full about the administrator, but the clots of the limbic system, they don't know shit.
Oh, that's a disturbing sound.
And here we are.
Oh, are they
then.
swimming in it?
Massive clog in the Canals secundus, as expected.
What?
Commencing cleanse.
Cleansing equipment? Why do I think it's a
When
flamethrower?
you come across a clog in the tunnels of a canal,
Promethean grenade?
one has to rinse the excess so the discharge can flow naturally down into the Promethean steam
Oh,
pit.
Promethean
located
steam even, huh?
in the canal primus. So how one does this is by using this.
What is this? Wait, what?
There you go.
What?
Hail granduncle.
They actually...
Now, here
The
we
gun
go.
is called Grand... Oh, and that's the thing on his arm in the shadow. It sounds like a freaking BFG, man! What was he shooting?
Yep, that's it. That's all.
I think this is less of an honor and more they actually need custodies to kill this.
Look, wait.
And what would kill at this
Would
point?
you care to kiss granduncle? Ah! No, do not punch granduncle. It is a very non-malfunctioning gun. Please, it was but a hysterical prank, but I am poor.
Did they just have the sisters punch the gun and it pissed him off?
Let us continue forward.
What? Oh, God. The squad. Gotta get down of this.
So, you might be curious. What is this effluvium we walk in?
I really try not to think about it.
Well, I cannot say with full accuracy,
But...
but in broad strokes,
Oh no, this is gonna be bad, isn't it?
it is bewildering ooze that leaks from the Emperor's wide intramurals, detritus from the many machines.
Oh,
that
so it's not
feed
just
our
him, it's
Emperor's
all of the
vitality.
gook and gum from the machines keeping him
Unspeakable
alive.
necrotic sludge and
Psy-
grains of
psychic residue?
all coming together, flowing like water, blood, syrup, muck.
This is actually worse than a normal
creating
sewer.
this gangrenous stew I have to step foot in all too often. True beauty of these canals.
He's okay with this? I guess if he wasn't, he's just wading through the Emperor. Whatever the undesired are, though, is going to be freaky.
Relief.
What?
It seems a clan has settled here.
What?
One of these scums must have been responsible for that hilarious.
I can kind of hear him, too, yeah. So people live here?
So, dear listeners, yes, there is indeed life, if you would call it that, drawing breath in the Emperor's.
Now, is he being
undesired.
arrogant to say call it that?
And
Or are they
indeed,
actually just
this is
semi-alive?
just why we call them the undesired. Years and years worth of forgotten pilgrims that have somehow ended up in these canals.
Okay,
by
never mind, it's
means
actual
we
people, not
have
just like some kind of
quite
weird
yet
byproduct
figured
of the
out.
Emperor.
Like meal beetles, they appear from
You know,
nowhere,
yeah, I can see a pilgrim wanting to
infest
live in the
these
Emperor's
canals.
cast-offs.
Harmless, but just
Ugh.
their subsistence is an immediate result of their surroundings.
What?
As they live off of our Emperor's effluvium.
Considering how much
Being their
people are
one
freakishly
and
cultish in
only
this
source of
40k, yeah, I
sustenance.
can see people being okay with that.
As far as we've seen, these creatures are now dependent on the
What would
consumption of this.
Consuming bits of the Emperor's and the Emperor's
They
machines
cannot
do
live
to them.
without it. And, oh yes, you might be utterly offended by this.
Or
notion.
disturbed, but
And so am I. But our last caretaker, one little kitten,
Yeah.
allowed these creatures to live in these
I guess they are a good form of
canals,
security.
deeming them peaceful and quite useful.
What could a kitten use them for?
Sucking, providing a minor but ultimately beneficial.
Okay, I guess
edge
if they're
in
eating the
this
sludge, it
line
gets rid of some of it.
work. I, however, remain unfazed by this.
Oh, of course he
reasoning,
does. He's going to try and
for
kill
they
them with his
gross
BFG.
me out, and I wish them cold.
Let me guess, it's because they're
We'll be
normies,
working
right?
on something out in the near future. Look forward to that stream. No, never.
Oh, God.
What is it?
Finger snap?
Astute observation. They are frightened.
The
Perhaps they
underside
came
or
to their
the sisters?
senses and realized they live in a sewer.
No, they'd have left. That was the
Yes,
thing.
of course we shall investigate.
Or are they afraid of something else?
Ground left to cover anyhow. Let us move. So hey, since we're live and most listeners haven't heard
What?
from you silent sisters in a
But
while, how is your vigil doing?
Vigil? Violent gesticulating.
Sister Sana de status demands to be taken seriously.
Not talking to the right person for that.
Yeah, I agree. Without the vigil of penitent plumbing, the palace would be overflowing with
Vigil of
skeleton
penitent
sewage.
plumbing.
Do you wish to see your
Skeleton
newly
sewage.
polished war gear forever molded by a tidal wave of psychic wastewater?
Oh, that sounds just terrible.
No? Then cease your derision, emissaries, lest granduncle might come and void its contents in your priggish little armory. Oh.
God, he's so freaky.
Oh no, what's this?
Even the little, like, dirty old man laugh at the end. What's he looking at? What?
It's corpses. Allow me to slightly rectify my previous statement regarding the undesired.
Well, I mean, they were cold,
They
but...
are quite useful in one regard,
What?
and it is for leaving corpses behind.
Why?
For this lets us know that something has killed them.
They're basically
Scanning
canaries in a
area.
coal mine. Of course they are.
So, looks like 16
They've seen
dead,
people who lived off
organs
detritus
ejected
from
their
the skeleton.
bodies, consistent between all of them, with no other signs of physical trauma.
Psychic killing? Ugh.
Okay, right. Good.
I'm going to say Mind
Yes.
Flayer, but that's the wrong series
Fungal
altogether.
infection.
But
More than likely growing out of that duct the corpses are all conveniently surrounding.
what?
Now, dear listeners,
whenever you hear
another life
fungal,
form
you'd
subsisting
know
down here
no
is
bad
fungals.
Nurgle.
And no, before you ask,
Oh yeah, orcs too.
not orcs.
Yeah, they've already taken over that.
As far as we know.
But
We always do try to keep any potentially dangerous organisms from growing and proliferating, but this
probably gonna
place
fail.
cultivates new strains of deadly mildew like none other.
psychic Oh
This
god, yeah,
was a
Nurgle would probably
single
love this place.
spore of this vile rot was to make its way out of these canals proper. It could spell the end for generations worth of terror civilian population.
How bad are they?
Which,
Oh yeah, that's why they
well,
said the pilots would die.
Emperor himself has insisted he'd prefer prevented. So, in order to prevent this, I will have to purge the decay. Now, you might think, oh, a flamer would be handy here, but no!
I am.
Flamers are not allowed.
Why?
Last time one was used down here, exactly everything caught fire. A
Downside?
massive blazing sewer inferno boiled the canals for months, and the temperature of the throne room rose slightly, which is extremely bad. The temperature of the throne room must be kept stable.
Because you like it or
at
because they
all
actually need it?
times, Unless the emperor himself wants solitude.
So in other words, it's because they're just being anal.
That only happens in highly controlled circumstances.
They're just being anal. I love it.
Listen, I'm
Also, everything on fire sounds like a good thing.
scrambling and putting this off. All of you, please seal the bodies and have them thrown in the pit.
What pit?
I'll rinse the duct out.
Is he going to rinse it with bullets? I actually expect him to rinse it with bullets.
This duct is
Ooh, the sound.
an extremely tight one.
Why do I feel they're going to come up and just smack his ass while he's trying to get in?
Usually the fungi wellspring is nestled deep within. So I will simply
Crawling into a duct to get fungus out of a pipe. Oh god, this is claustrophobia inducing. Snaps bones?
Now, as the pencil pushers of our ranks.
Oh god, those are his bones? How does...
The custodian body is a malleable thing. Thus, by
Intentionally-
fracturing some bones and severing some fiber, we are able to compress our bodies.
Oh god, now they know what that sound effect is.
Whenever we must. And now the crawling begins.
Ugh, with broken bones and severed muscles, intentionally severed.
Sorry if this sounded a little bit intense. Sliding into tight crevices is something I only recommend performing with ample lubrication.
No, there was going to be a joke like that coming up, but really not the time for it. It's a nice distraction, though.
Is a constant
What?
risk. To be quite honest, being embedded deep in the Emperor's Canal.
Knew this joke's going to be made.
Even I do not stomach for.
Well, at this point, you have the everything for it. God, the snapping sound. It's like because it's associated with the
Well,
bones snapping.
here we
Oh.
are. Seems I have found a plantation's worth of mold.
Odd way to spell mold.
mycelium museum growing a foul rainbow of toadstool breeds.
Guess Delta was there. And if you get that reference,
Who's to say this isn't but a fragment of chaos undivided's malign influence?
what?
Congregating, scheming, spreading.
Why does he always sound
all
okay
vile
with this?
forms embodied by mushrooms in a toilet pipe. A better representation of the ruinous powers I could ever hope to
Mushroom
find.
toilets.
And
I'm actually okay with
now
this.
I have come, the mighty Imperium, to
He's
blow
playing a
its
game, isn't he? He's
wind.
playing make-believe. I am the
And
Imperium, and you
speak
mushrooms. Oh,
of-
chaos. Yeah, I will eat you.
You
Burn you.
might
What?
be wondering how I am to rid the pipe.
Don't say eat. Don't say eat. Don't actually say eat.
I cannot carry any form of gear with me, so granduncle is of no use.
Okay.
But fortunately, my blessed form shall be the answer to your question. I'll just inhale.
What?
And then
Oh no.
blow.
Voxcaster dies as wind violently blows.
Sorry about the Vox-caster bit.
Oh god.
There we are. The sheer force of the wind created by my blessed lungs is able to disintegrate these pathetic.
How much can he breathe? Oh, he's really full of hot air.
This, however, does not mean the threat has been neutralized.
He breathes so hard to disintegrate
All
matter.
floats in the air now.
As spores. Oh god, even
So,
thinking of that sets off my allergies
Next
probably.
step is simply to
Don't breathe in. Don't say you breathe in.
inhale.
No.
Oh boy, here we go.
He just breathed them in?
And there we go.
He just ate all of them?
I have successfully stored away the shroom spores.
He just ate all the shrooms.
Time to slide on out of it.
I was joking when I said he's going to eat them all, and he just ate them all. He just ate chaos. Oh, God. And fell into sewer water face first.
Ooh.
He just
Yes,
ate
hello. The
sewer fungus.
has been ingested. Another great victory for the Imperium. And
Kitchen had to do this.
1,000 normal slime.
The thing is, yeah, he probably did.
Thank you, thank you. My success shall be remembered in
Are you
the
sure you want
halls
that?
of glory for 5 minutes. Let us move onwards. There might be more spores up ahead.
Is he sounding drunk? Anyone else? Struts high. Oh, because he's high, because he just ate his shrooms. He literally just ate the shrooms that were growing. Oh,
Allow me to
This
allow me
actually explains why they're so
speak
weird.
about the previous caretaker.
Kitten.
His name, Kittles. He was
He's
quite the
completely
boy.
off his rocker.
I have to say, I
He's very
had no
rocker.
respect for him for the longest time, and I know, controversial statement.
Not
He's the
surprising, though.
Captain General. I should have respect for the Captain General.
Yeah, because your double standard hasn't
But I
died yet.
did not.
Like cars,
We
Stonies did.
did not in my ship company. As you might remember, we were quite infamous for not voting for him at all.
Oh.
None of us. Instead, we elected to have our giant X-Men, Trajan Valoris, elected. But
Oh, they acknowledge him.
no, he was considered too war mastery or something.
Oh.
I didn't really get it.
I like how they're actually
Hey, if
acknowledging
you're
Trajan is in
listening,
here.
Trajan, I still think you're cool.
And he's too
You're
warm
still
mastery
my
for
boy, but
everyone
anyway.
else because they wanted to
Kit
dad it.
Kat has been Captain General for years now, but before he was elected, he was already the caretaker.
Oh.
I never really thought it made sense that he would have.
I mean, you didn't really
both of
do
those
much,
things. It
so.
was just totally unfair, unnecessary. But you know what? You know what? I think I understand better now.
Oh?
I have been on caretaker duty for a while now, and it has taxed me to my
You just ate a
core.
whole big
It is
thing of shrooms, dude.
possibly
By
the
breathing them in
most
and then going into your
demanding
stomach.
job
Yeah.
one can have as a custodian. Yet Kitten has done it for thousands of years, thousands. And throughout the years, he expanded his workload
What?
to not only take care of the Emperor's person, but
The sewers and what
but
else?
to take care of the forces that protect the Emperor.
Oh, he runs that too. I guess he's the captain
He
general.
deemed it equally as important, claiming we were like the Emperor's immune system. And
Considering the palace
we
is what
must
he's
be
hooked up to
tended
at this point, yeah, that's a very
much
apt
the
metaphor.
same as the rest of the Emperor's bodywork. The gargantuan workloads that involve both taking care of the Emperor and the custodians.
Yeah.
Yes,
Kitten's a workaholic.
I can comprehend
Fair,
it
yeah.
now. And with comprehension comes respect.
He's actually admitting it?
And yeah, Trajan, as I said, you're still great. And you could probably
I want him in the show
beat
now.
the
I want to see Trajan
absolute
Valorous.
furballs out of Kitten with
Eric
your
is the part.
humongous face. But
Not the axe.
honestly,
He is a piece on the table.
so could probably
That sounds
most of
really
us.
bad when I say it that way.
But I don't think any one of us could tailor bake nutritious yet delicious pizza pies for 10,000 custodians every single day. He's got all of us beat there. And
10,000 a day?
am I craving one of those pies right about now?
Not gonna lie, dude, if he can do that, yeah, bring him back. Why would you get rid of him?
Thankfully left a cryo full of them already and available to eat up before he left from us.
And he did the mother thing where he left it in the fridge to reheat. Voice from in the canal? What?
The undesired never had this to be.
So it's not them. What is? Oh, it's whatever.
Advance.
Mushrooms.
Double
come from.
time.
This is whatever the sisters are there for, huh? I'm kind of curious about that. Is it just me or is the screen shaking more and more as it goes on? Like there's even little flashes. The static is getting a little heavier on the screen. Vague voices. Sound of wind. I love the audio effects in this. This is masterful. He shaves the force. Oh god, I'm actually getting chills. This is so much what an audio drama should sound like. Like, not even gonna lie. This is a podcast is amazing. This is freaking awesome. I love this. It's like it's funny and it escaped.
It could not approach as it wished.
What?
The sisters obstructed it.
They're not there to kill it. They're there to
Thing is
scare it
primarily
away.
why you sisters are here with me. The vilest products of these canals.
What?
No doubt the most perilous. Life forms born of our emperor's residuals. Creatures of absolute obscenity. Bastards of the sludge.
Are they people or monsters?
We must find it and have it terminated. Move.
He just dropped all the humor and even his voice sounded more determined. Like just move, not even making a joke or using his usual accent. I love that effect right there. Just, it actually sounds like he's doing his job. Which he is, but without the usual humor to it. It's a nice change, actually. Just as a counterpoint. And also why you probably need a custody. More than just their ability to eat shrooms.
You see that duct? Step carefully. Approaching duct. Tighter than the last one.
Oh god, no, not more
I
crack
just
stuff.
stretch my arm. See if I can grab it. Be ready to execute it as soon as I pull it out.
What is it?
Right. Stretching my hand inside. 3, 2, 1.
Why do I feel there's gonna be like a loud noise soon? Fuck!
No! Oh no!
Dragged into pipe? Fuck! I'm actually scared. Holy shit.
This was the worst possible.
That's literally nightmare fuel right there.
I am now in the pipe. She could not tell.
Duck.
It pulled me in. I have to pursue it.
Because he can't go
This
back
pipe
in.
is extremely tight.
He's still wearing his helmet.
I do not know how deep it goes. And it boiled my skin with its horrible
Oh
powers.
god. So he's...
That does not help
Oh!
the lubrication situation.
There's enough blood, probably.
We cannot know how long it'll hide in here. And the longer it is allowed to live, the further it will develop its psychic potential.
Which, it's a byproduct of the Emperor, so that's probably really scary.
Further.
He just boiled a custode's skin. Even the little grunting sounds make it so much different than the previous pipe. Like, you can actually tell there's a difference just with that alone.
An intersection.
He has no idea which way to go.
My abs convulse in distress.
Considering how much he just forced through the pipe, everything's probably convulsing.
Which direction did he go? Let's have a listen.
Oh? I wonder if they would use a directional effect on this if they had more complicated recording setup. Oh, if you can't hear him, I guess not.
But, oh wait. There are some vague trails
Oh.
into one of the pipes.
How can he even see? Probably
That's all.
probably light somewhere.
Advancing.
I'm kind of wondering if this is going to be something that plays into the later episodes.
It's a dead end.
Maybe that's the right term to use there.
I must crawl back.
Ooh.
Crawl back.
Oh, he's crawling backwards through the pipe.
I'm stuck.
Oh no.
My body oil has dried.
Duct crawling noises.
It's behind me.
This sludge form is speaking? Is it eating him?
It's biting my toes. It is. There. Eat my feet.
Is he gonna... Oh, he just... He exhaled so loud, he's basically... just capped this slowly and capped on a pipe.
Never you underestimate my lungs, Kerr.
That actually would work. He hit him so hard, he literally forced himself out of it.
Kill it.
Sudden earthquake?
Oh, no, not now. Not now. No.
Sewerquake?
Discharge is coming.
Oh, they're literally swimming in it. He probably got away. He's still wearing the helmet. Oh god, I love how they acknowledge that.
Report. Is everyone alive? Is this the Tache? Yes. Is this the Sana de Testatus? Yes. Is this an Onloquid? Yes. Oh, I'm sorry about the top. Now that's
What?
a lot of now, where's the back?
Oh, gum in the hair. Yeah. That's gonna have to come off.
It's gone.
And the monster escaped. The sludge form
With any hope,
with powers
it
coming from the
follow
Emperor.
stream down into the pit. But with our fortune this day,
No.
it is most likely still alive.
If you don't see the body, it's alive.
Well, I have an abundance of other tasks to tend to today that are equally, if not more, wearisome, so
Kitten did this for 1,000 years.
have to leave the hunt for tomorrow. And dearest listener, that is it for this time. I hope you have been
Damn.
enlightened.
Actually, yeah. This
Big
is
ups to Little
kinda
Kitten
awesome.
for doing this for the last few thousand years. And please,
Get him back
service
sooner.
announcement: do not flush wet wipes, cotton, drugs, plastic, promethium, and gun batteries down
Why would
the
he flush
sewers,
promethium?
you assholes. There's
Also,
thank you.
I'd like to point out.
Bye.
Oh god, that's all the stuff the Emperor would flush. Okay, before I say anything else, and there's a lot of things I want to say, first and foremost, when he says not to flush wet wipes, las gun cells, or promethium, I'd like to point out this is the Emperor's personal sewer for all the residue from his machinery and body. 1, ew. 2, that implies he's the dick throwing the promethium into the sewer. Yeah, I can completely see that. It just makes sense in my head based on my estimation of him. Yeah, more sense than it should, actually. Yeah. But, first off, and I know I mentioned this already, but this literally, it sounded and it felt, listening to this, like the best of the old 1950s, 1960s, 1940s, or 30s even radio dramas, where you just hear the sound effects on the radio. Now, for me, this is huge nostalgia because I did a lot of traveling as a kid for different things with family. So cars would always be filled with radio dramas and books on tape. And this sounds like the best of it. It is a massive nostalgia trip for me, and I love every aspect of that. The fact that they nailed it, that the audio was so on key, even the disgusting bone-snapping sound effects added such a layer of just investiture in the situation and the characterization and what's going on that it completely builds on the theater of the mind aspect that this situation, that this entire video requires. And it is brilliant. Literally, as far as animation goes, the tiny little image you had just to get an idea of who was there, showing you the sisters, having the sassy snapping, how they're just like slapping his ass cheek at the beginning to completely characterize them in just a few lines. That's brilliant. Having the custody, it's just, I love him as a narrator because when he needed to be serious, he was serious. When he needed to be a little baked on the shrooms that he has to ingest to clean it. 1, ew. 2, still ew. 3, also still ew. I'm just going to leave it at that, and all of the numbers are just ew after that. I like how he went from serious when he needed to be to when he needed to be, and then just like that moment of no crap, I'm stuck. This is bad. And like you could hear just tiny little bits of panic, a little concern rising up, and then the thing comes and starts nibbling on his toes because he's stuck. And he does something that it was established previously in the episode, that he has the explosive breath because he's a custodian. So sure, super breath. Why not? And because they set it up in a previous little section of the show, it makes sense that they draw upon it to resolve the conflict of the monster eating him when he's helpless. And he blows himself out because pressurized environment on a one-way section where it can't go anywhere. Yeah, that's actually how it would work, and that makes sense. And they established it earlier with the shroom section. And I love that because it's good writing in general, that you establish the setup for how it's going to be solved. So when the outcome happens, it's not just a Deus Ex Machina, oh, hey, it just happened to work out. It makes sense how the problem is solved, and I love that from a writing perspective. It's good writing. I'm geeking out a bit because it's something that didn't need to be done, but because it worked well. And it was well executed on top of everything else being great. I'm not going to lie, this is actually probably one of my favorites because every single aspect that needed to work well in this did. And aspects I didn't expect to be in there. Multiple characters from the Sisters of Silence in an audio section that had no animations, had personality that was memorable. That right there, it's hard to do silent characters when all you can do is hear. And they did it. Bruva Alpha Busa. Apparently I'm saying it wrong. It's supposed to sound like brother, but with a really bad British accent. I can't do it. Save my life, I can't do it. Every time I try, it just goes Irish. And I've been told my Irish accent is bad. Yeah, the exact term was, I should punch you. But I don't think you understand just how bad and insulting it was. And that's why I don't do it much anymore. Yeah. I'm geeking out right now. I am justifiably geeking out because this was great. This is the audio equivalent of perfection as far as I'm concerned. It did everything it needed to. It did it perfectly. It established the characters. It established the ending outcome. It established how the outcome was going to be reached. It showed the audio environment and let you know what each little clue was, not just by showing it on the screen at the bottom, which a lot of the times they do, but by having the narrator, the custody, tell you as he's walking through it in his log, saying what the sound was, the snap of the bones. And it's just little popping sounds. It could be anything. But because he said it was popping bones, and you hear it, and it only happens when he's screeching through, and it gets louder and more frequent as he's doing it more. It's that layer of engagement that is brilliant. This is good. This is so damn good. Perfect execution. And I like everything in TTS in general. It's what got me into the series. I mentioned that a bunch of times. And my wallet suffers because of that. But it's worth it. And this, just from a sheer writing standpoint, just from the sheer acting standpoint, just from the sheer engagement standpoint, this is exactly what it needed to be. This is good. If you haven't already, link below original video. Hit it up. And if there's like a podcast version of this, like a literal downloadable podcast version, hit that up too, because damn, if more like this come out, Oh, hell yes. This was just really damn good. I'm a little blown away, honestly, because normally it's a bigger production, and I love those aspects. They're hilarious as hell. But normally they don't have that moment of honest fear. And you knew it was coming. It was not a surprise. It was not hidden. It was not trying to, hide it in the veil of all the audio effects, which is going to be a weird thing to do in general. They weren't trying to pull a switcheroo. You knew as soon as he stuck his hand into the pipe to get the sludge form, the Emperor residue, you knew what was going to happen. But it was handled in such a way that they built up the drama. They used silence. And why do I keep saying they when I talk about one person? Bruva Alphabusa used the silence when he said he was going to stretch out. He used the cracks to establish that he's moving his hand further than it should, into a smaller pipe than he should. You can hear him stretching and straining and doing that. And there's silence. And you know what's going to happen next. It has to happen next. They established it as the most logical outcome. But what had happened, even though I knew it was coming, I was honestly afraid. Because there's that instinctual sudden fear of the loud noise with the monster in the dark in a situation where you're nearly helpless. It was brilliant because it achieved something that it wasn't surprising, but it still worked because it was done well. And I love that. A lot of TTS, sometimes it's surprising. A lot of times it's surprising, especially since early on I had no idea what any of it meant. So more surprising than it probably should have been. But this, you saw it coming. It wasn't surprising, but it was still shocking despite that. And that is nearly impossible to pull off well. And this was done well. Basically, if you haven't already, link below. Hit it up. I hope he does more of these. If the quarantine is what gets Bruva Alphabusa, I know I'm probably butchering his name. I do that. To make more of this specific type while the bigger episodes are coming out, great. Because this is just really tight writing, really good acting to get across the audio effects, or acting to get across the intended purpose, and audio effects to establish more of an environment, what normally he would do with the cutouts of the characters in the entire animation process. Oh god, when he gets back to the animation, if he uses these same kind of audio cues to really liven it up, I don't even know if it would be as necessary because, the animation is what establishes what the audio effects do in this. But just both of them together, oh god, this is... Yeah, I know, I'm having a geek moment, and I completely find it justified. If anyone else has had one previously, yeah, you know what I mean. I know. 4th time's the charm. Link below. If you haven't hit it up already, why? Fix that. Yeah, so I'm just going to probably go force Pretty Guardian to watch this because I'm a complete ass and this is hilariously fun to me. So yeah, thanks for watching, everyone. Adios.
Thank you.